Okay, no, I won't talk about that. And that was kind of the point of the video I made, was I shouldn't talk about those things. And people who want to do those videos and talk about, like, is this good or bad AI, or do it, are almost always judging AI on difficulty and not experience. And so, like, when I was talking about the Game Maker Toolkit, a lot of him talking about AI isn't about the experience, but about the difficulty, or about the realism. Realism's real. I made a new pronunciation for realism. But and no, I don't care about any of that. I care about the experience, right? And it's how I don't work on these games. I don't know. I don't like the Dark Souls games. Don't really resonate with me. But when I look at them, I go, I don't think it's about AI. It's about mechanics, right? Because you're trying to defeat mechanics. And there's a lot of the third-person kind of combat games like that are about defeating mechanics and not difficulty. Like, right, because it's really closed in, right? Or some people's, the AI is about, realism and stuff, and some of the other games people talked about. That's all fine. That's fine. It's an interesting conversation. And I think it's a really interesting conversation of why I brought up fear, because I was joking that there's a thing that happens when you talk about AI in games, and that's time to fear. Because someone's always going to bring it up. Way more people will claim to know about the AI in F.E.A.R and talk about it unequivocally than have ever played that game. If they had sold as many copies as people said they played, they would still be doing fine. But as some people, and it's funny because half the comments are like, oh, it's all smoke and mirrors, and the other half are, it's the greatest AI ever. You're an idiot if you don't think that. Very little in between. Again, don't speak in absolutes, except for that absolute that you shouldn't speak in absolutes, because that absolute you should. Just like I shouldn't point my finger. All my thumbnails are me pointing my finger. I don't feel like I point my finger a lot, but I guess I do. All right, but back to the AI. But yeah, a whole bunch of things make up about it. Now, a lot of people have talked about this as well, and they talk about this actually in context of fear, in fact, as well. And I can link. I think I can find the video of Joe Wintergreen has a video that just really breaks down of, like, one of the problems from Half-Life 1 to Half-Life 2 is you can't understand what your enemies are saying, and so when you can't do that, you don't have the same belief. Because I'll tell you what, a lot of the Marines in Half-Life 1 and a lot of the enemies in F.E.A.R, they're kind of like the guy sitting on the couch, drinking a beer and eating potato chips, and his wife asked, did you take out the garbage? And he's like, yeah, I took out the garbage, right? I'm just giving you some vocal clues of what they're doing, but they're really not doing it. And it doesn't matter because everyone's happy. I mean, later, but all right. But it's about that experience, though, right? And who cares how they get there? And I don't care about the difficulty of games. Like, there's a bunch of people that, again, I appreciate the conversation, but they're like, oh, well, you got to put a game on hard. That's the only way to play it. No, I'm having fun. I just made a video on how the AI is not good and I'm having fun. I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. I know I'm good at things and bad at other things. Like, I don't need to practice in my life. At my age, I am not warming up to something where, like, oh my God, when I'm really good at video games, I'm going to do something great. No, I have it for the experience of the moment. All right, and that's one of the things I'm actually good at is I can not look at it as a designer and just look at it as a player and enjoy the experience. And I did. I'm still playing. Kind of weird. I can't do any gigs or side missions right now. I don't know why. But I reset it. I think it's okay now. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so I'm not gonna go list a bunch of different games and talk about them and their AI and what they do, good or bad, because did you like the experience? I bet you if you look at it, it's more than just the AI. It's about the character design. It's about the weapons you have. It's about the world. It's about the sound. It's about the feel. It's about the chunkiness of the weapons. Right? Like, it's all these other things. And people just talk to AI. Or there are some AI purists out there that get really angry at me when I talk about it this way. But I don't care. But so yeah, I appreciate all the conversation about it. And there's a whole list of these that I tagged as, so bring them up and then realize I should just talk about this generally, and I'll use this one as a starting point. And remember, you're allowed to say, some games don't click with you. Oh my God, am I a bad gamer because I don't like the Dark Souls games, or they don't click with me? No, not. In fact, are they bad games? No, they're great games. They just don't click with me, right? Or my favorite is, somebody said I was only saying these wrong things about Cyberpunk 2077 because I was playing the game wrong. I was playing the game wrong. So everything I was saying was wrong. Man, people get weird and twisted up about games, don't they? Like, if you like a game and somebody's playing it and they're talking about how they're having fun with it and excited about it and talking about all the cool things that happen, celebrate that. Get energized. Pile on. It's like improv. And don't do a no, but you're wrong. You're playing it wrong. You shouldn't have fun. You got to play it until you're not having fun anymore. Like, what the fuck, man? People. All right.